Good evening, everyone. My name is Brent Luis Alvarado, and today I will be explaining the definition of built-in exception.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Jigyan Abdullah, and today I will explaining the definition of user-defined exception.
And good evening, everyone. I am Justin Mayor Orias, and I will give examples of the user defined and the built in exceptions.
So, what is built-in exception? Built-in exception, these are the predefined exception classes provided by Java. They automatically handle common errors like division by zero, invalid array indexing, and null references. Some examples of built-in exceptions are for the unchecked. There are arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, array index, out of bounds exception, and for the check, there are IO exception and SQL exception.
What is user-defined exception? It is a custom exception class created by extending the exception class for check exception of or runtime exception for unchecked exception. Why do we use user-defined exception? When built-in exception don't fit the specific error condition, or to make errors more meaningful for better debugging.
So, first, we're gonna make a simple Java code using the user defined exception, and let's name it custom exception example. So, first, we're gonna make a custom exception, and let's name it my exception. Public. This one right here is the constructor for our custom exception. String message and super message. This will take, a message later if ever the block of code throws an error. Next, we're gonna create a class method, and let's name it custom exception example. So let's create a static method, and then let's name it check number. So this method will get an integer, and that is the num, and then it will throw the custom exception that we created earlier. If the number is less than 0, it will throw the exception that we created, and then it will print number cannot be negative. So this one right here is this parameter right here. It is string. Then else it will system print system out print ln valid number plus the number. Next, we're gonna make the main method static void main string. And then here we're gonna create the try catch block. So we're gonna put the check number, which is this method right here. It will get this method check number, and then say for example our integer is -4, and then let's make catch block right here my exception. So this method right here gets this message from here. Okay, okay. And then if we run this, oh, na error. Wait. Ay, okay. Okay, if we run this again, okay, so see? As we've put here, if the number is -0, it will throw this exception. It will throw this exception, which is this custom exception that we wrote here. And then this one, this parameter right here is this. So that's why it printed number cannot be negative. Actually, let's put a space. Okay, number cannot be negative. However, if we erase that negative right there, we run this, ta-da, valid number 4. So this is an example of a user-defined exception. So the reason why it is called user-defined exception is because the purpose of this check number here is that so we can check if the inputted number is either negative or positive. Since Java doesn't have a built-in exception for that will check if the number is either negative or positive, it is much more efficient if we use user-defined or custom exception to handle this kind of Java code. So next up is a code that uses a built-in exception. It is a simple Java code. So let's name it built-in exception example. So for this we are gonna use arithmetic exception, which occurs when a number is divided by 0 in Java code. So public class built-in exception example, then public static void so try catch. This is just a simple example. Int result. So we're gonna put a data here. Result. And that is 10 divided by 0. So if we type in something like this, it will automatically use the arithmetic exception. Plus the result, which is it will print this, and then it will catch. Wait a minute. It will catch. So we are gonna use this arithmetic exception right here. This is a built-in exception in Java. System out print ln exception error cut plus e.get message. So if we wait a minute, so if we run this, for example, There. Exception error caught by 0. Because in Java, you cannot divide a number by 0. But if we change this to 2, 10 divided by 2, then it will result to 5 because 10 divided by 2 is 5. So here in the exception error caught eGet message, unlike in the user defined exception wherein we had to create a message that will be printed if there is an error message, in the built-in message you can just directly type in this method right here, and then it will print out the error of the code. So say for example 20 divided by 0. If we run that, see, error caught divided by 0. So you cannot divide a number by 0 in Java code. So this is an example, a very simple example of a built-in Java code. And that is all for today's video. I hope you guys learned a lot from our explanation and my sample code. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Sabi ko, okay guys, mana to siya. Kumana.
Okay to.